Hi class! Today we will learn active and passive verbs. And at the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify active and passive verbs, list active and passive verbs, and make sentences with active and passive verbs. Are you ready? Let's begin! When we talk about active and passive verbs, we usually talk about voice. In the active voice, the subject performs the action of the verb, while in passive voice, the subject receives the action. When news anchors tell the news, they sound disconnected from the stories they are reporting. They often speak using the passive voice. On the other hand, authors of opinion pieces sound so sure of their positions. They usually write in the active voice. Let's take a look at these voices individually. In active sentences, a subject performs an action on an object. In these sentences, the subject, which is a thing or person doing the action, is important. Here is a formula for you to remember active voice. Subject plus verb plus object. Let's see how it works in a sentence with the following examples. Bisola washed the clothes. The professor teaches the students. As you can see, in the first sentence, the subject is good. The subject is Bisola. So since Bisola is the subject, she is supposed to perform the action, which is washing the clothes. Alright, let us look at the second sentence. Can you tell me the subject in the second sentence? Yes! Awesome! The subject is the professor. And what action is the professor performing? Good! Teaching the students. Well done! Alright, let's move on to the passive voice. In passive sentences, the subject receives the action in the sentence. The passive voice is used if you don't know who or what is performing the action, or if you don't want to mention who or what is performing the action. This type of voice is often used in formal sentences. Here is a formula for you to remember the passive voice. Object plus past participle plus by plus subject. Let's see how it works in a sentence with the following examples. The clothes were washed by Bisola. The students were taught by the professor. In conclusion, when a sentence is in the active voice, the subject of the sentence is the one performing the action expressed by the verb. However, in the passive voice, the subject is affected by the verb's action. The active voice is much more common than the passive. The passive tends to be used in formal documents such as official reports or scientific papers, often where an action or situation is regarded as more significant than who or what did it. Hope you learned something new today. See you in the next lesson.